Hey guys, it's Infinity Games TCG bringing you guys a brand new video. As you can see, it's a brand new Cardfight Vanguard deck profile. This time it's going to be on my, I guess you can call this 2021 Ezel. This is a new Ezel build I've come up with that I've been testing out, and I've actually been enjoying it quite frequently. Just because of the superior ride that Ezel has. It's very good, and then with cards like Percival, we're able to build Excel markers very fast. So, getting the grade 3 early and then building up gift markers and power just really is fun to do. That's the whole point of this deck, and that's all I can really say on it. Let's get right on into it. So, since we're playing Ezel again, our starter is Crimson Lion Cub Criff. Nothing more to say on Criff, he's just our generic starter. When rode upon, we get to draw a card. If our opponent is a grade ahead of us, we get our quick shield token, so that's about it. On to the grade 3s. So, since it's a Blond Ezel deck, we're running 4 copies of Incandescent Lion Blond Ezel. Not too much to say on this guy. He's just our way of getting to grade 3 super early. So, his ability is if you have Bowman on Vanguard or Rearguard, Bowman and Criff on Vanguard or Rearguard, you get to Soul Blast the... not Bowman and Criff, sorry. Bowman and Gareth on Vanguard or Rearguard, you can Soul Blast the Criff, Superior Ride this card from your hand, and when it attacks, you can Superior Call a card from your hand. That's on Vanguard though, the last one is on Vanguard, so... pretty good card. We have to run 4 of it because we really need to see this card if we want to get our grade 3 turn early. So that's why we run 4, just so we can have consistency in getting the card in our hand. That's all we can really say about Ezel. It's still a fantastic card for standard. It's not as consistent as the Phantom Blaster Dragon Superior Ride, but this was like one of the first Superior Rides to be in standard, so it's still really cool, and I love Ezel. I love Gold Paladins. Gold Paladin is my favorite clan, so I really wanted to test this out, and it's been really fun to play. So yeah, just 4 Blond Ezel. And the next card we're running is 3 copies of Bluish Flame Liberator Percival. Percival is fantastic. I freaking love this card. I really wanted to play this guy at 4, but I just didn't have the deck space to do it. 3 is fine. So, when placed, if you're at grade 3, I believe, you get to counterblast 1, discard a card, get an imaginary gift Excel, then you can superior call a Aglavale from your deck or your drop zone. So yeah, this card is so good. We try not to ride this guy because we want to ride our Blond Ezel, but this guy just builds up our gifts for us. So getting the gift early on Blond Ezel and then getting an extra gift from Percival just makes this deck so great. It has great draw power, and you're just going to be hitting so fast so early. That's the whole point of this deck, and it's honestly really fun to play. So 3 copies of our boy Percival. And then the last grade 3 we're running is 2 copies of Raven-Haired Ezel. So this is another card. Once we're on our Blond Ezel, we can counterblast 1 to ride this guy from our hand. And then he has the 15k guard restrict and extra critical. This card's great. I really want to run it at 3, but I'm so limited on space. And we do have cards like Gorbaduck to search out grade 3s, so this card is perfectly fine to get. So 2 is perfectly fine. I do want to run 3, but 2's okay for right now. This is basically our finisher of the deck. We want to be on this guy. We want to get our Ezel, then we want to get on this guy, and then we just want to start hitting for numbers and restricting our opponent from using Sentinels. So yeah, 2 Raven-Haired Ezel. And that's all the grade 3s I'm running, so let's move right on to the grade 2s. So since we're playing Ezel, we want to have our consistent way of getting it. We run 4 Knight Superior Skills Bowman. Bowman's great on Vanguard or Rearguard. When placed, you can discard a card, search your deck for a Gareth and call it to Rearguard. And then if he's superior called by another card's ability, he gains 3k, so that's pretty nice. We want to ride... Well, actually, we don't have to ride this guy because he can be on Rearguard to still get the superior ride. But we want to see this guy and the Ezel in our opening hand. Not much to say on him. He's just our way of getting our superior ride. Also, I love his art. I've always loved Bowman's art. And then the next grade 2 we're running is 4 copies of Liberator Agavale. Thought about running this guy at 3, but he's just too good. That 19k base when sending a card to the soul is just so great. Also, he's a fantastic ride target. Let's say you don't have the Bowman, but you have the Agavale. When you ride the Agavale, you can counterblast 1, check top 3. If one of them's the Bowman, you can call it to rear guard. You won't get the way of getting Gareth, but if you already have Gareth, that's fine. But yeah, it's just great. It helps you get some of your key pieces. He's a fantastic ride target, and his attack power is just so insane. I wanted to only run 3, but he's like my favorite gold Paladin card, so he's just a great attacker. I felt like I had to run the full 4, and honestly, I love it. He's too good. Alright, and then the last grade 2 we're running is 4 copies of Flamewind Lion Wonder Ezel. Wonder Ezel is great. It's another way of getting our superior ride, and also just when he's called, you get to call a card from your hand. He's great for calling our cards like Dindrain and stuff to get our counter charge. So Wonder Ezel is just a great card. I thought about cutting him back a bit, but his call ability is just too good not to have, so 4 of him is perfectly fine. So that's all of our grade 2s onto our grade 1s. So of course we're going to be running 4 copies of Dawning Knight Gorboduc. Gorboduc is just too good. It searches out our key pieces. It really helps get that Ezel in our hand. It's so great for consistency. I wish this card would have been around when Ezel first came out, because getting the Ezel, like almost guaranteed getting the Ezel in our hand is just fantastic. This is also a way of getting a Raven-haired Ezel, and if you call 2 more units, the extra 5k is just really nice. So great card, amazing card. You want to ride this or call it first turn, definitely. And then we're only running 3 copies of Crimson Lion Beast Howl. I thought about not even running this guy at all. I'm only running him as a backup way of getting my superior ride. Besides that, he's okay. He does build up soul for us, and he does get us a free superior call, but mostly we're just running him for the extra way of getting our superior ride off if we don't open up with our starter pieces. Otherwise, I've thought about cutting this guy, but having a backup way of to do our superior ride is just too important, so I kept him in at 3. Then we're running only 3 copies of Listener of Truth Dindrain. Like I said, this deck is very limited on space. I would like to run 4 Dindrain, but I think 3 is perfectly fine. This card has come up plenty of times for me where I do get my counter charge off, and it's perfectly fine. I think 3 is okay. I would prefer 4, but 3 is perfectly fine. And then the last of our grade 1s, we're just running 2 copies of Knight of Elegant Skills Gareth. Since this card is searchable through Bowman, we only need the 2 of it. It's perfectly fine. I don't think I'm going to damage check both of them super early, so I think it's perfectly fine just to run the 2. Also, the 10k power you can get by counterblasting him if he's called by a card ability can come in handy. But that's all the main deck units, so onto our trigger units. We're just running 4 copies of our Perfect Guard, Halo, Shield Mark. You could try running the Crit Sentinel, but I just prefer draw PGs. Next we're running 4 of our Fortune Bow Critical Trigger, and then 4 of our Flame of Victory Critical Trigger. You can run fronts in this. I just prefer the crits because with the power we get from Agavale and the extra critical from Raven-haired Ezel, and all the power we get from the extra Excel markers we get from Percival, I think crits are just better. And then finally, we're running 4 copies of our Heal Trigger, Elixir Sommelier. So that is the complete deck. Gotta say, it's very fun to play. It's not perfect. It's not super competitive by any means, but it's another variant of Gold Paladin that we can play with. Gurgit was fun for a while, but after that restriction from having no Percival, the deck just wasn't much fun for me anymore. I mean, it's still playable and it's still really fun, but it wasn't fun for me just because having Percival and Gurgit together was just like the perfect combo piece. So I've been trying to play other ways. I know Spectral Duke is out now, but I'm not really too interested. If I wanted to play Shadow Paladins, I'll play Shadow Paladins. So I just wanted to bring Ezel back, have a way of superior writing and building up Excel tokens, or markers, whatever they're called. And this deck has been fine. It's not perfect by any means, but it is really, really fun to play, and that's what I'm looking for when it comes to building decks. I want to build something that's fun, not, like, having power is nice, but I want fun is what I want. Especially since V Standard, or V Premium, I guess, is ending soon. So we'll be moving into Overdress soon, so I just want to have fun with the time left in this format, and this deck gives me the fun that I want. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say on this. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for future videos, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!